The following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to part 4 of What If Deku was the only boy in Lunova. It's been about a month and Amanda's training is going well. Kosuke still has his home in Zalame, but a door in the house has been linked to the castle Magus. An incantation is required to enter, but that was to be expected. It's not some huge magical type deal either, just a statement of intent. You have to both want to go to the castle and have permission to enter. As far as Izuku goes, he's forgiven Ko, but he will not forget that this man is the reason he'll never see his dad again, and every so often will twist the knife whenever he's having a touching moment with Akko. Not quite intentionally, however. Let's stop at one such moment. Ko is teaching his daughter the ropes on the many uses for TK spells, that's telekinesis. They were enjoying themselves and having a moment, and Izuku didn't even say anything. He just looked at Ko, and that made him clamor up a bit. Akko noticed that discomfort in her father's eyes. "Dad, are you okay?" Then she sees Izuku. "Akko, how goes the training?" Izuku said with a genuine smile on his face. Being around Akko made him happy for some reason. "Also, Kosuke, don't forget that your duty is to train Amanda, not your daughter. Silva and Diana have that covered." Akko frowned a bit. "Look, Akko, while I understand that you're bonding with your father, but the training a beast is of a higher precedence. She must be operational. We never know when trouble that is too much for me alone could strike." That statement shut Ko and Akko up. He was completely and utterly correct. Kosuke had told his daughter all he knew of Wise Man, which wasn't much, and Izuku filled in the blanks. Izuku wasn't being bitter here, he was just doing his job as wizard and prince. Akko pouted a bit, but she understood. Ko was the only one who could truly train Amanda. Speaking of which, Lion! Lion! Good. You've got the base mode down. Now try another form. Falco! Go! Falco! Nice. Now fly. Amanda was a rather good flyer. On a broom. She wasn't used to doing the flying without said medium, so it was rather hilarious. Izuku was dying over there. "Let's see you fly with that dragon of yours, hotshot." Kosuke just face-palmed. That girl was about to get a lesson in humility. "Shabadabatash the Henshin. Wind. Police. Foo. Izuku effortlessly flew up to her. "How about a dance?" Wizard took Beast by the hand and started dancing with her. Said dance was quite intimate, and others gathered to see the training sessions, such as Hannah and Barbara, Constanze, and, of course, the other girls. "He's never danced with me in the air like that," Diana grumbled in indignation. Not very many could tell, but Izuku was having an utter blast. This is really the first time in ages that he's really been able to just have fun for a moment. And Diana couldn't help but smile a little at that. "It's good that he's finally has a friend and a partner out there with him," Inko said. Silva looked at her in alarm. "You don't count. You're not a writer like him." "I'm happy that he can just be a teenager for once." The little dance session had ended, and the two were slowly coming down. Diana began to speak, but Inko beat her to the punch. May I steal your husband for a moment? It's been ages since I've danced with my boy. There was no way Diana could say no to something like that at all. That morning was quite fun for our group. A few days later, and we land in class. You know that lesson Kosuke was giving Anko on telekinesis? Well, it's about to come in handy. Now remember that Akko uses rings in this instance when she's not using the shiny rod instead of a wand. So her hand is moving and she's levitating various items just fine. She did have some problems with her next two classes, however, which were taught by her mother and father respectively. Kosuke was the zoology professor, and her mother was the botany professor, both of which are not her strong suits. Susie and Lotte, on the other hand, flourish in their respective classes. Izuku himself was in charge of one class as well. He teaches the combat magic course, and with the rising threat of attack from the inhabitants of the forest, it was only fitting that Wizard himself teach the class. His class was treated as an elective, which kind of filled up on the day of it being announced, because let's be clear, threats rising, these girls aren't idiots. They're going to sign up to at least learn how to protect themselves in Izuku's absence. Welcome to the Battle Magic course. Here you shall learn to defend yourself and push the limit of what you once thought possible. As you all know, I am Wizard, and Miss O'Neill over here is Beast. She, however, is not a teacher, but more of an aide, since she's far more advanced at this than you lot. This class is unusual, for it has 3 teachers. Silva shall be teaching you various enchantments. My mother, who you shall call Inko Sensei, shall be teaching you various forms of defense magic, and I shall be in charge of offense magic. All 3 of us shall work together to teach you strategy, but that is for another day. Silva, you have the floor. With that, Izuku went to sit next to Akko and passed her a note that read, "Pay attention, Akko." That got a sour look out of her, but she knew he was right. She was destined for great things, and some of that destiny could one day land her on the field of battle to save not just her life, but many others. All in all, not a bad turnout for a brand new class. The faculty practically begged Izuku to teach this class considering his title, and a few teachers fangirled over Inko, who would now be joining the faculty. Like I said earlier, the class is called Combat Magic, so just fuse dueling and defense against the dark arts and that's what you got. A certain percentage of the class joined for the wrong reasons, but oh well. They will be protected anyway. Diana is not in this class, and she doesn't really need to be. She's no warrior, but Inko trained her well enough that she can handle herself. The one thing that made Izuku truly sad was that all these students were relying on a mage stone that was essentially on loan, and that didn't sit right with him, and he would tell his wife as such. Diana comes to the same conclusion as in canon, only much earlier. Izuku would have a clan meeting about teaching the students how to use magic the way they do. The decision was unanimous. They would implement teaching this method of spellcasting over time, and the greedy dragons could have their damn stone back. The look on his face when Izuku's inner dragon drops off the stone was priceless. He even tried to negotiate a bargain that the faculty now knew they didn't even need. Shabadabatage to Henshin. Flame. Police. Gate open. Lion. Lion. The second he saw that, he knew that Lunanova was not to be trifled with, and he left with his tail between his legs. Literally. Now, not everyone is getting rings. Nah. Like I said in the last chapter, those are kind of intimate. So he made a massive order for wands imbued with focal gems from Inui outfitters. At Lunanova's expense, of course. Or more accurately, the dragon that had been swindling them. Now, they're not just gonna be able to use magic with these new wands all willy-nilly. Nah, man. They've got to learn all over again. Considering in Little Witch Academia, magic was kinda scarce. The mana wasn't flowing. However, in this, the Magus Stone in the anime was essentially the medium they'd use to channel magic through. However, in this instance, they're going to learn how to channel mana around themselves, from within and without. Mana's there. The mana is there on Earth. It's just faint right now. But they've all been exposed to Izuku and all of that. So I think they'll do well once they get used to it. Now, there might be a hierarchy later on, considering some people are going to be better at this form of magic than others, but that's tomorrow's problem. Now, like I said, the students have to learn from scratch. The teachers kind of caught on quickly in comparison. Inko would be needing help with instructing, well, the students. And that's where Diana comes in. Now, Diana was no Izuku, but she knew her way around magic, mostly since she had learned it alongside him. Izuku and Amanda wanted to help, but they were promptly shooed. The two of you have enough on your plate with being wizard and beast, not to mention the elective that you teach. Izuku, leave this to, well, me and your mother. We can handle this, my love. Izuku sighed and let his wife and mother have their way. But speaking of, Amanda reminded him, "Hey, don't you have a test to study for, Miss O'Neill?" Amanda gulped and connected to her room in the castle. Kosuke warned her that if she got any bad grades, he would step up her training to horrendously levels. That made Izuku laugh. Said laughter died when he saw the happy Kaguri family. Izuku's and Kosuke met eyes, and what he saw, or rather what Kosuke saw in Izuku, wasn't anger, but sorrow. Kosuke was going to have to work really hard to feel worthy of Izuku's forgiveness. Izuku. Kosuke didn't know what to say. Go be with your family, Kosuke. My father is gone. Your family is here. So what if I lost my old man? I still have all of this. He motions to, well, everyone within the castle, which is a family in its own right. The before I can truly forgive you, you must forgive yourself. And with that piece of wisdom passed down to him from Shiro, he was gone. See you next time, y'all.